Both teams fighting for playoff position. This is as intense of a regular season as you'll see, Grant.
Oh, B.A., you can feel what's at stake here in the arena. Both of these teams will treat this like the postseason. The playoffs start now for them.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. Then there's Josh Green. Then there's Seth Curry. And it's Simpson in at the point guard position. Now here's Green. Green with a screen on Barnes. Shot's good by Simpson.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
And it's Paul with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Castle. Vassell outside. The three. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. You know, they beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
And they came away with the win last time in large part due to their depth. Great game from their bench.
It's stolen by Barnes. Here's Castle. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Williams a screen on Paul. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And in the last two possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
The Spurs have gone 1 for 3 so far. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Green against Vassell. Clock at 4. Pass to Castle. From deep three-point land. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. Here are the Hornets with the ball. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
You know, sometimes you just don't match up with a team no matter what you do. And it starts to feel like quicksand.
Yeah, it wasn't a close one. And sometimes that's the kind of loss you'd rather have because it really gets the attention of your players.
Here's Simpson. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Now here's Green. Pass to Simpson. Back to Green. The three is up. On target from range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes. Off the catch, Sohan is pretty reliable. He's a smart shooter, and he won't pass up those high percentage opportunities.
Here's Bridges. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
These are his first free throws of the game.
At the line for the Hornets, Miles Bridges taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Stan, it feels like the hardest part of team building is getting a superstar. The Spurs have one.
Well, they sure do, B.A. San Antonio was retooling for a few years, and then they won that 2023 lottery and draft Victor Wembanyama, a superstar, and now it's about surrounding him with the right guys.
Bridges hits them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Paul passes to Barnes. Oh, swiped away. Pass to Green. Here's Simpson. Back to Green. Now Bridges. He's guarded by Paul. Fader on the way. No good off the back of the rim. San Antonio trailing here. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Lets it fly. Vassell can't get it to go. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Pass to Simpson. Now here's Green. He's guarded by Vassell. Curry looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. No one near him. In deep. Barnes drops it in.
Yeah, the dime-dropping skills of Paul. Tremendous at getting it to uncover teammates.
Bridges outside. And it's Bridges with the jam.
A bit undersized, his hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Now here's Paul. He's closely guarded. Pass to Castle. Oh, Williams with the block. On the wing, Green. Knocks down the triple. Green's got 6.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Outside Paul. Sohan up top. Williams defending. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
The Hornets making a switch here. Diabate's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, with how physical a game Sohan plays, you'd expect him to be at the stripe more.
Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Pass to Bridges. Shoots over Vassell. And again, it's Charlotte converting. Spurs trail by 5. Here's Castle. Paul, a screen on Curry. And the basket by Castle.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Bridges against Barnes. Bridges misses. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. The kick out to Paul. Green against Vassell. Back to Paul. The 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Quick off the draw. Chris Paul certainly doesn't lack confidence shooting the ball.
Pass to Diabate. Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Driving to the basket. Shot's good by Simpson.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Curry. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Seth Curry.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
San Antonio shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Mamukelashvili's checked in for San Antonio. And the Hornets making a change here as well. Smith, he's checked in for Green. Good on the second one. Here's Simpson. Looking at his numbers, putting up 8 points a game. Smith outside. Inside. The kick out, Curry. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Down low. Right side, Curry. Pass to Simpson. To the inside, Diabate. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vassell. And here's a look at the rookies who have performed the best on offense since the All-Star break, racking up the points. Stephon Castle is second.
He's looked anything but a rookie. The game is coming naturally to him, and he's just picking his spots and capitalizing on offense.
An open look for Smith. And finally, they hit one. And the Hornets lead by 3.
Oh, so crafty. I mean, Smith just knows where to get his shots.
Sohan outside. They set a pick. There's the drive. And he banks in the layup. Sohan's got 7 points. The Hornets have gone 7 of 14 and looking in control. Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Pass to Bridges from the arc. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. The Spurs have gone 6 of 11 so far. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Charlotte trailing. Here's Simpson. It's Bridges on the wing. The shot misses. Sohan with some nice D. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 from deep. Vassell against Curry. The baseline, Jay. Diabate grabs the board.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Shot from the low block. And rejected. The kick out to Paul. On the wing, Vassell. Here's Castle. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Harrison Barnes comes in for Vassell.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And here are the Hornets now, trailing by 4. Outside Curry. To the middle. Smith outside. Connects from downtown. Smith's got 5 now.
A dead-eye shooter. Nick Smith is great from three-point land. That might be his biggest asset to this team.
Now here's Johnson, trying to make up for his poor performance in that loss to Portland. And it's the Hornets on the break. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks.
He doesn't back down from anybody. Paul has to be one of the most tenacious competitors in the league.
Pass to Diabate. Now here's Curry. Nurkic inside. No points so far.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Now Paul. The teardrop tipped. Outside, Green. Pass to Smith. Over Castle. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got his third bucket of the night. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And I've also really enjoyed watching them hit the boards, specifically the offensive glass and how they've capitalized on that hustle.
Green, the pass to Curry. Nurkic with the ball. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Paul passes to Johnson. There's a screen. And he gets the jumper to drop. The Hornets with a lead. Smith with it. 8 points in his last time out. With 1 on the clock. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets out in front. They're up by 1. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen from the Hornets, what's your take so far?
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, you can bet their coach is encouraging them to keep up the extra effort. It's more than paying off.
And Charlotte's shooting the ball at 46% from the floor. We've got Barnes, also Johnson out there, and it's Mamukelashvili in at center. That's the San Antonio 5. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. They trail by 1. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Here's Champagnie. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And the Spurs making a change here. McLaughlin's checked in. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
Branham's checked in for McLaughlin.
At the line for 1.
San Antonio with the ball. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
And it seemed that not a lot went right for them. Plenty of standing around on the offensive end, and their D couldn't make up for it.
Yeah, they just looked totally lost in that game on both ends of the floor. The coach is going to have some choice words for them after that one.
San Antonio shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. Duke's checked in for Branham. That one misses. Charlotte is shooting the rock well at 46%. Out to the right wing. The three, Smith. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Smith's got 10 points.
Yeah, great idea there. He set Smith up and let him knock him down.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. And here's Johnson. Inside. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Now here's Nurkic. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Chicago. And this break lets us see the teams making the most of their second chances this season. Second, the Hornets.
They're having success because they're sending multiple guys to the offensive glass. Hard to block out everyone.
That's good from Smith.
And for Smith, the quickness, the jump shot, the potential. I mean, it's all there.
Wesley, he's checked in for San Antonio. So he picks up just one from the line that time. Stan, when you talk to others about Keldon Johnson, one of the things you hear is that he's a natural leader.
Yeah, Brian, look, the intangibles with him are off the charts. This is a guy that got on the United States national team because of the kind of person and player he is. He leads by example every day. I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Smith passes to Okogie. Now here's Nurkic. Pass to Smith. Drives to the hoop. Blocked! Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Shot clock at 5. There's a screen. Here's the floater. Pass to Green. Second chance shot. And Nurkic with the bucket on the assist from Green. Nurkic has got his second basket.
Continuing to develop his jump shot. Nurkic draining his shot has helped his confidence moving forward.
Wesley, the pass to Mamukelashvili. Over Nurkic, and the shot is good. Drop it in off the front of the rim. Mamukelashvili's got 9.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
It's stolen by Barnes. Here's Wesley, covered by Smith. Here's Barnes, uses the glass to finish the layup. And now just a 1-point Hornet lead.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Pass to Nurkic. Here's Diabate. Back to Nurkic. Rebounded by Champagny. Here's Wesley. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And the Spurs lead by 1.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And here's Nurkic. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. All right, a moment to check out some numbers for Devin Vassell.
Over his last 10 games, his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better. He looks very confident from deep. There's no doubt he's got the green light to shoot from his coaching staff.
And San Antonio making a change here. Bassey's checked in. For San Antonio, they've gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. Wesley, the pass to Johnson. Pass to Champagny. 6 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Here's Wesley. Rebounded by Nurkic. The Hornets have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Here's Okogie. Rebounded by the Spurs. Mamukelashvili's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Champagny. Still without a bucket. Mamukelashvili, no good. Charlotte has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Smith outside. To snap the cold streak. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Pass to Bassey. Here's Champagny. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
The Hornets have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Now here's Nurkic. Now Smith. And rejected. Here's Wesley. Pass to Champagny. He takes it in. Here's Wesley. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Salon. Here's Okogie. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Here's Salon. Pass to Smith. Takes a 3. Offensive board. With the drive. Tries again. Rebound San Antonio. Johnson on the wing. Here's Wesley. Here's Bassey. Defended by Nurkic. And here's Johnson. Can't connect from short range. To the paint. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Driving in. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, this is Johnson at his best. When he's attacking the rim, he's tough to contain.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Sohan's checked in for Bassi. Vassell comes in for Johnson. Castle's checked in for Champagny. And it's Paul in for Wesley. On defense, the Spurs. Outside Curry. Williams, a screen on Vassell. Out to Bridges. Williams in the post. Coming off a 22-point game against Chicago.
And he lived at the line. They could not find a way to stop him without fouling.
And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Wow, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
And we got to also mention their intensity on defense so far. I mean, the number of steals they've collected has been substantial.
The free throw drops for Williams. Stan, your coaching career started in the 1980s. How are players different today versus then?
Well, look, players have always shared one thing. They want to be the best that they can be, and they want to win games. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. The rules have changed, so the game's a little bit less physical, particularly at the NBA level, but the players are just better.
On the wing, Vassell. Picked up by Sohan. This one for three. And that's good. Vassell for three. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Well, the defense has to do a better job at pushing Vassell off that spot outside.
Bridges passes to Williams. Outside Curry. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Green from the arc. Barnes with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Paul finds Barnes. Now here's Vassell. Pass to Sohan. Here's Paul. That's in. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Barnes has got his 3rd assist of the night.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Curry. Here's Green. Drops in the layup for 2. Green's got 8.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Right side, Paul. Paul draws the double. A 3 from Barnes. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Simpson. Green, a screen. 13 feet out. Shot's good by Simpson. And now just a 1-point Spurs lead. And so Paul will bring it up for the Spurs. Here's Castle. It's Barnes on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. Vassell sinks it from distance. Vassell's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Here's Simpson. Outside for Green. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. 11 points in the game.
That's his 3rd triple of the night, forcing the defense to extend out.
Outside Paul. Outside Barnes. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Simpson. He's got 6. We've got 1:48 left to play in the second quarter. And Chris Paul clears it away. San Antonio leading by 4. To the left wing. Pass to Vassell. Fires for three. Hornets with the rebound.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Here's Simpson. Oh, from deep. They grab their own miss. Green with a screen on Paul. Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Curry, no good.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's an 8-footer. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They came into the second quarter determined to get the ball inside, and it's paying off.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
If you're a head coach, you love having a guy like Chris Paul around. He's a coach on the floor for you and helps keep everyone accountable.
Here's Simpson. He has 6. To the inside. And it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Vassell outside. Back to Paul. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Hornets trail by 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Green's got 8 points here in the quarter.
And they're going to have to pay more attention to him on the perimeter. He's hit 4 3-pointers already today.
Here's Castle. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul. 14 foul. Castle. Shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both shots good from the strike. 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Inside. Bridges passes to Williams. And here's Curry. Oh, at the buzzer! He got it off in time!
That is an incredible shot.
And credit him for understanding the situation.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Howdy, folks, and without further ado, now's a great time to check in with other games currently in progress. Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you to rank our handles.
Okay, obviously, first is me. Second, I'll get that to you, Ernie. Third, I'll go with our IT guy. He really surprised me. Then you, Shaq.
There's no way I'm after Ernie.
Shaq, if you want to be better, you can be.
As we shift our focus now to the Spurs, it's a tight one after 2 quarters of play.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up good shots for great ones.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, but also disciplined. That's a sign of good coaching.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. We've seen Josh Green really having a great game.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
On the floor for Charlotte, Miles Bridges is out there with Williams. Then there's Seth Curry. Then there's Josh Green. And it's Simpson in at the one.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
San Antonio's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Here's Sohan. And a miss there on the triple. And Curry's got the ball here for Charlotte. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. And that's a one-game homestand for the club. Bridges outside. Pass to Simpson for the lead. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that gonna get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of three-point buckets.
Grant, compared to some of the flashier scorers, Devin Vassell has a more workmanlike approach.
Yeah, he can quietly drop a big game on you. He doesn't draw attention with stylish plays and big circus shots. He just grinds it out by finding his looks.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Bridges against Barnes. Just 4 to shoot. And the basket by Bridges. Bridges has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
Pass to Barnes. Shoots over Bridges. And there's another one for the Spurs.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Now here's Curry. Tight defense on him. To the middle. Here's Simpson. And no good. Nice D from Paul. San Antonio leading. Sohan, left side. Pass to Castle. And the basket is good. Castle's got 12 points in the game.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Here's Simpson. Offline with a 3.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Pass to Castle. Now here's Paul. Back to Barnes. Yes, and it's Paul with the assist that time. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
I just love the ball move.
Outside, Green. Vassell against Bridges to halt the run. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Simpson. Green with a screen on Paul. Outside, Green. Drops in the 3. 17 points in the game.
What good is it to get stops if you can't keep them off the boards?
Here's Castle. And here's Sohan. Now Vassell. 9 points in the game. Count it.
Yeah, and that mid-range shot is really Vassell's primary weapon.
Hornets trail by 5. Bridges outside. Pass to Williams. Now Bridges. Count it. Bridges has got 4 points in the quarter. San Antonio's gone 7 of 14 from the perimeter in this one. Here's Vassell. Off the mark there with a 3. The Hornets have gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this 3rd quarter. Outside Curry. Pass to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Paul passes to Sohan. Here's Castle. There's the triple. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Yeah, great find from Sohan. This is why his guys like playing with him.
Pass to Williams. Down low. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Williams has gotten his 3rd basket of the night. Vassell outside. Outside Barnes for 3. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Outside, Green. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Spurs lead by 5. Sohan, the pass to Paul. Here's Castle. Sohan outside. Pass to Barnes. Vassell outside. Clock at 6. Spurs need to get one up here. Castle for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Bridges has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's a 3 from Paul. The rebound by Bridges. Bridges has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Simpson. Back to Bridges. Count it. That's his 7th basket of the game in 14 tries.
Well, something changed for him at halftime. He's been more solid on the offensive end.
Now here's Sohan. And here's Paul. On the wing, Vassell. San Antonio again can't hit. Charlotte has gone 1 of 4 here in the 3rd from range. Here's Bridges. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Bridges has got 12 points in just the second half. The Spurs have gone 8 of 13 in the second half. Back to Paul. Pass to Barnes. Paul, a screen on Bridges. Barnes passes to Sohan. Back to Barnes. Off target from outside. And so Curry will bring it up for Charlotte. It's a 1-point game. Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Here's Simpson. 10 points for him. Bridges can't get that one to fall.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Here's Sohan. Off target with the 3. The Hornets shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. Here's Simpson. He's guarded by Paul. Williams, a screen on Barnes. Bridges passes to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He wants to review the game plan. Charlotte making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Williams. Diabate comes in for Bridges. And it's Smith in for Green. Outside Paul. To end the drought. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game. Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
Okogie's checked in for Charlotte. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Champagny, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. And there's the call on Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Right side Paul. Outside Johnson. 6 to shoot. Uncovered. And that one's good. Johnson's got 6 points. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Pass to Bassi. Beautiful reverse layup. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, and despite his relative lack of size, CP very crafty finishing inside.
Curry against Paul. Curry passes to Nurkic. To the middle. Here's Diabate, and he dunks it down.
You get used to seeing dimes like this from Nick Smith. I mean, he'll drop them all day.
Pass to Bassi. 1:21 left in the third quarter here. And Nurkic comes to help. Johnson passes to Paul. 3-pointer. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Diabate's got 7 rebounds in the game. Curry against Paul. Here's Diabate. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Here's Nurkic. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And now a 6-point Hornet lead.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. And they recover it. Here's Johnson. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
And they've committed to controlling the boards, and it's paying dividends.
Here's Diabate. Outside Curry. Now Nurkic. Back to Curry. Shoots over Paul. Bassi pulls it in.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
On the mark with the 15-footer. Paul's got 16 points now. Miles Bridges has been on display for the Charlotte Hornets. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. We've got Jordan McLaughlin, and it's Bassey in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Okogie. Pass to Smith. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Champagny. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
Pass to Nurkic. Got a hand on it. Here's McLaughlin, covered by Smith. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. McLaughlin pass to Champagny. Here's Mamukelashvili, covered by Smith. Here's McLaughlin, shot clock at 3. The shot by Johnson, no good. Smith outside. Pass to Diabate. Here's Okogie. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 4.
And playing very well here in the second half. I mean, their shooting percentage is now over 50% from the field.
Here's Bassey. Pass to Champagny. Here's McLaughlin, covered by Smith. Fires it from 18. And it's McLaughlin missing.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Here's Okogie.
Spurs foul. Jordan McLaughlin. First personal foul. First team foul.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. There's a screen by Nurkic. Inside. Bassey pulls it in. Spurs trail by 4. Here's Champagny. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Bassey. It counts! And the foul! Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Charles Bassey. Shooting one.
And the free throw, no good. For Charlotte, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Charlotte.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
Well, something else that has stood out to me has been their aggressiveness on the boards. They're just out-muscling the opposition on the offensive glass.
And he knocks down the first one. Branham's checked in for McLaughlin. And he can't hit the second. Spurs trail by 3. It's Johnson with a drive. Mamukelashvili passes to Branham. The kick out to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Pass to Mamukelashvili. Here's Branham to tie it up. Pure from three-point range. Branham's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Smith outside. To the inside. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Here's Bassi. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
Second team foul. Charles Bassi. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Devin Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the Hornets making a change here as well. Bridges is checked in. So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th. Pass to Nurkic. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Champagny. Smith against Vassell to take the lead. And the layup is good. And the Spurs lead by 1.
Now you gotta love the way Vassell went right at the defense and finished through contact.
And the basket by Bridges. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Here's Vassell. He buries it from 3. Vassell's got 10 points here in the second half.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Pass to Diabate. Now here's Smith. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Johnson against Smith. And the bucket is good. And it's a 4-point Spurs lead.
Yeah, but Johnson has a skill for putting power behind his motion and forcing his way to a finish.
Vassell against Nurkic. Smith inside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And I love watching Smith challenge the defense and getting the foul in the process.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
Well, the mid-range has been open for them, so you've got to take what the defense gives, and that's been a great attack in this situation.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
And he drops the first. So San Antonio going with almost an entire new group here. Sohan's checked in for Bassi. Harrison Barnes comes in for Mamukelashvili. Castle's checked in for Champagny. And it's Chris Paul in for Johnson. Smith hits them both. And the Spurs with possession here. The lead is 2. Pass to Castle. Here's Vassell. And there's the call on Jeremy Sohan. That's his first foul. And Vassell, the bucket, on the assist by Castle. Curry, he's checked in for Smith. Hornets trail by 5. Down low. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Jeremy Sohan.
Shooting for Charlotte, Josh Green. At the line for 2.
Free throw good. Green. Second free throw, no good.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
And Sohan can do a little bit of everything, including finding his teammates like he did there.
Here's Simpson. San Antonio with a rebound. Barnes with it. And here's Paul. And Green comes to help. Pass to Sohan. There's the 3. Rebounded by Green. Hornets trail by 6. Here's Simpson. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Overall, their shot selection has been much better here in the second half. We'll see if the rest of their game follows suit.
Here's Castle. Pass to Vassell. Picked up by Sohan. Shot clock at 6. Here's Castle from deep. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
The Hornets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Williams' shot is good.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Bridges against Barnes. Now Paul, back to Barnes. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 9 rebounds now. Bridges passes to Curry. Back to Bridges. Outside for Green. The 3 ball. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Paul passes to Vassell. Back to Paul. The 3 from Barnes. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
Well, he's making a concerted effort to use the 3-point shot here in the second half. Only 1 in the first, 3 since the break.
Pass to Bridges. Green with a screen on Barnes. For 3, Bridges. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
The 3 is up. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Simpson. Bridges outside. Again the miss by Bridges. And so Paul will bring it up for the Spurs. 2-point game. Vassell outside. Barnes with it. He's covered by Curry. And Williams over to help. Here's Sohan. No good with the triple.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
The Hornets have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in this fourth quarter. Pass to Bridges. To tie it up. And it's good on the lay-in. Bridges has got 25 points.
In a tight one like this, you have to trust in his ability.
Here's Castle. Here he goes. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
And this is just typical of him. always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Out to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Castle for three. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
So the first of 3 is good, and that gives him a lead. And he misses the second attempt. One more coming here. And so he ends up making 2 of 3, and it's a 2-point ball game.
He missed the chance to put them up by 3. You know he'd like to have that one back.
Pass to Bridges. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so he makes both from the line.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Here's Castle. From behind the arc. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
To the inside. It's stolen away. Back come the Spurs in transition. Sohan, left side. Pass to Barnes. Here's Castle. 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 6 on the shot clock. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
35 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Williams on the wing. Back to Curry. From the wing. He connects! And now they trail by just 4. Here's Castle, and they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the top.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And connects from downtown.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Pass to Curry. Fires the three. The shot comes out. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Harrison, we saw some hot shooting for you. Did you have a sense coming in that you were poised for a performance like this?
Just trying to let it fly. That's been a big message our coach has been trying to preach to us. The coaching staff really is just play loose, play free, go out there and have some fun, and that's what we did tonight.
You have the green light. Thanks, Harrison.
Allie, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. With Grant Hill, Dan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Harrison Barnes.